Howdy, hey folks, this is Jesse here, and today I'm going to do something that isn't Digimon, and I'm hoping this actually makes it onto the channel. We're going to be going over a Cardfight Vanguard V Premium deck for Royal Paladins. It's a little bit of a budget deck for anyone that is interested in V Premium. I'm a big fan of Vanguard so far. I've been playing it for about a year and a half at this point, and recently gained into V Premium. This is one of basically the first V Premium deck that I picked up, and I am excited to play more of it. Now that's besides the point. Let's go ahead and start actually talking about the deck. So if the deck box didn't give it away and you know anything about V so far, this will give it away. We have our basic starter that is when rode upon you draw. If your opponent's grade 1, you get a quick shield, which is, you know, that bad boy right there. But is the starter that comes with the little box thing that facilitates a good portion of this deck. Nothing else really to say about it. Let's talk about grade 1s. So for the first grade 1, we have the Authoritative Knight Balizal. I'm not sure if I said that right. This is when you place it onto the Vanguard circle, you look at top 7. I believe it's top 7. Yep, you look at your top 7 and you can either grab the Wig Stand or you can grab Sanctuary Guard Dragon. Yes, it is a Sanctuary Guard Dragon deck. And then you have the rear guard ability to give your SGD 10k for a battle, and then also countercharge, so that way you can guarantee using Sanctuary Guard's skill to restand and so on and so forth. We do also play 4 of the Laurel Knight Sisylas. This is your typical top 5 for a grade 3. If you add 1 to hand, pitch a card. It is a really solid option. It only does work when placed from hand, so if you like call it off a Wig Stand, you do not get that skill, but that is quite alright. And then for another grade 1, we do play Knight of Warhammer Augustus. We play this as a 3 of, and we play the next one as a 3 of. I think I prefer playing this as a 4 of and this one as a 2 of. Knight of Warhammer's first auto skill does not exactly ever come up. It can essentially just give a Blaster Blade plus 5k power and a extra drive, so it can potentially have twin drive. But unless it is actually on your Vanguard circle, it does not really matter. We play it primarily for its secondary back row skill. That is a once per turn. At the end of the battle that your Vanguard attacked, you stand this. You can rest this with Sanctuary Guard using its skill, and then it will stand itself, which is super nice and allows you to actually boost after swinging with your Vanguard. And then we do play just 3 Knight of Going Alone Herald. It's when you place a grade 2 other than from your hand, you can put this unit into your soul, and then that gets plus 15k. It works really well with things like Livero, playing other things. So it's, while not a bad card in the deck, I think I would rather play for Augustus. That is it for grade 1 still. Let's hop on into the grade 2s. Our next cards are going to be obviously 4 of the Knight of Conquest Wig Stand. It's on Vanguard and rear. When placed, you can counterblast 1 to look at top 7 and superior call a grade 1 from them. And you don't even have to put it to an open rear guard circle. You can call it over something, which is super nice. Which, unlike Livero here does actually have to call to a open rear guard. But you know, when it's placed from hand, you can counterblast one. But if you don't have any face-up counterblast, you can soul blast one for the cost instead, and search your deck for a grade 2 to call to an open rear guard. And then just an additional grade 2 that we play 4 Blaster Blade Seeker. It can potentially pop a front row rear guard, and also give the secondary Vanguard that we play an extra critical in some situations. And hey, if you ride this and your opponent is also at grade 2, you can give this an additional crit. And you know, at the end of the battle that it attacks, if you did not ride that turn, you can put it on the bottom of your deck and draw a card, which is also really nice. But that's it for grade 2s, just 12 of them. On to the grade 3s. So obviously we're playing 4 Sanctuary Guard Dragon, and I will just go ahead and show off that we're playing 3 Seeker Thing Saver Dragon. Now, like I said, this is a budget deck, so the Seeker, the Thing Saver is primarily supposed to be, if we're going first, this is what we want to ride into first. And this is a Force 1 deck, so that means we want the additional power gain. We do not want the turning original crit into 2. Entirely because things like Blaster Blade Seeker turns the original crit into 2, and Sanctuary Guard's own skill turns the original crit into 2. Does not specify that, it just gives crit plus 1. So Sanctuary Guard, if your opponent is at a grade 3 or greater Vanguard, this unit's crit becomes 2. And then it has its skill of, at the end of the battle that it attacked, without being boosted, you counterblast 1, rest 3 of your back row grade 1 rear guards. It does have to be grade 1, it cannot be grade 1 or lower, which is sometimes a little bit of a detriment, and you discard a card from hand, so since it's at end of battle, you are still technically plus 1 off of the twin drive. You then stand the unit, and your entire front row gets plus 10k. So this can be potentially very lethal. This is a really solid option. And then, you know, Thing Saver essentially has its Legion skills. You know, it's just a retrain of a Legion card, so of course it'll call what it Legions, and that it happens to be Blaster Blade Seeker. But that is it for the grade 3s. We're gonna just real quick talk about our triggers. So again, budget deck, so we do not play the Heal Guardians, we just play 4 normal heals, just 4 regular all E-lanes. That's really nothing special to say there. The draw PGs for Royal Paladins, for the double rare at least, is a little bit on the cheaper side. So if you want to go for that, I don't think it's a bad idea at all. I believe they're only a couple bucks each. Maybe not even that. Otherwise, the crit sentinels are perfectly fine. A 30k shield over a complete perfect guard is still completely viable in the deck. If you do decide to go with the crit sentinels over this because of budget or anything like that, then instead of playing the 8 crits like I am here, I would probably play 4 draws, because you do need to see pieces with this deck, I feel. So playing draws is a little bit necessary almost. But if you can help it, I would play the draw PG over anything else, Sentinel wise. But yeah, folks, that is it for the potentially first Vanguard deck profile on the channel, and hopefully y'all enjoy it. If you want to see more Vanguard stuff, let me know. I'd really like the game and would like to make content for it. But that's besides the point. Thanks for tuning in. Comment, like, subscribe, all that good YouTuber stuff that I always say I'm bad about, but I'm trying to be better about it. Anyway, folks, we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.